Welcome to the Bitcoin Globe, day 1271, counting the days down until the next Bitcoin halving. And we're one day closer to that next Bitcoin halving. I'm celebrating a bit, even though I'm not feeling that great. I'm not feeling positive for some reason, or maybe I am. I don't know what's going on with me. There's a lot of stuff. I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions. I would love to work for a Bitcoin company, but I'm starting to have my doubts with Bitcoin for the first time in I've had my doubts as I've, been a part of Bitcoin for 3 years, but never like this in the sense that it seems like Bitcoin is a great tool also for the elites and the people who like to manipulate things. Because with Bitcoin, and I'm not sure about this is just something I'm thinking about from a layman's perspective. Wouldn't it be easy to rig sports events using like cryptocurrencies, anonymous cryptocurrencies? You could have, let's say, I like to wager on UFC using nitrogensports, but couldn't you let's say I'm a fighter in the UFC, I know that I'm gonna throw the fight and I'm gonna lose, so we set up all kinds of bets against me on nitrogensports and other Bitcoin betting platforms, totally anonymous. There you go, there you have it. Um, I lose the fight and I win a ton of money because I was betting on myself using Bitcoin and whatnot. So I feel like there's a lot in inside trading too. Inside trading, like with countries and governments, they could do it, right? Like, so China raised the value of their currency. I'm not sure how that works exactly. If they're just like, hey, we're going to raise the value of our currency, can they do that? I mean, I think that's what they did overnight. That's why the Bitcoin price dropped down a bit. So I'm feeling negative in that regard. And I usually like to bring you guys positive information. That's what the Bitcoin Globes is about, is traveling around giving you guys positive information. But I mean, it's something that's on my mind that I wanted to talk about. And maybe somebody smarter than me can help me figure this out. Like, it seems totally legit and possible. Like, hey, let's rig some stuff up as a government. We'll buy a bunch of Bitcoin and then we're going to, we'll make profits because we're buying it. We're driving the market up. And then we're going to raise the currency value of our yuan and then sell the Bitcoin. Boom, you're winning on so many different angles. And cryptocurrencies are easy to manipulate in that way, perhaps. I'm not sure. I wish, somebody that's smarter than me could figure this out because it would put me at ease. But, I mean, as of right now, that seems like a great way to rig things up, is to start using these cryptocurrencies, which are more anonymous. I'm all about the decentralized stuff, but if it completely 100% benefits the elite and the people that are in charge, if they just buy onto the Bitcoin, what's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, if it drives the price up for us, that's all great. I'm in it. I'm in Bitcoin for the long term. All basically everything I have, which is not much. I'm a lowly Uber driver and rider, living paycheck to paycheck essentially, and I have debt to pay, student loans to pay. I was a military veteran, et cetera, et cetera. There's all this stuff that's built up, the system that I'm born into, that I have to I don't want to give up, but it's like everything's pulling me down, and I want to rise above the system. And I felt like Bitcoin, and maybe it is still that tool that will help me get there, because I've read the Satoshi white paper and it was a positive influence on my life. But the market cap rose 3 billion since 2017, and then it dropped that in like an hour or 2 hours. You can't tell me something's not going on. Somebody's not rigging the system. Now, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that, because Bitcoin price is still, I mean, it's still over $1,000. I bought it at 200, so I've made profits. But I'm in Bitcoin to see the end, not even the end, to see the beginning of when I don't even need to exchange my Bitcoin back to fiat currency. If I need to purchase a house or a luxury item, I could just exchange my Bitcoin for it. Not even have to. There's no this exchanging thing. I don't have to. I want it to be simplified. I want my financial transactions to be simplified and easy to use and relaxing in some sense of the world. There's so much going on in this world. I don't know where I fit in. I'm just making these videos every day. That's my purpose, I guess, at this time. And I hope they have some value too. I haven't gotten one tip since I've started doing this. And that's not the reason I'm doing it, but it is nice to receive something, to like, hey, we do appreciate your channel. But, regardless of that, I'm going to keep making these videos and maybe one day I'll get a tip. And like I was saying in a previous video, I don't really want the tip right now because the transaction fee it'll be like, what is that, 10,000 Satoshis or 1,000, 100,000 Satoshis to send me a tip. And it's not really worth it at this point in time. In the future, when you could send me 10 Satoshis or 100 Satoshis without a transaction fee, that would be great. And that would help me get food and whatnot and to continue on with my life. But as of now, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm still in the world. Looking forward to what tomorrow brings. Gonna kick back for the rest of the day. I've been celebrating a bit. I mean, the fact that Bitcoin's over $1,000 is great because it's never, since I've known Bitcoin, it's never been over $1,000. So this is new territory for me. And I just need to enjoy the moment and appreciate the moment as you should probably just enjoy the moment. I have bought $100 worth of Bitcoin. I was fortunate enough to buy $100 more, $100 more worth of Bitcoin. Some of that was at 950 when it dropped, which I should have bought all 100 of it, but 50 was bought at like 950, and the other 50 was bought at the high. Before I went to bed. It all happened when I went to sleep, and that's another part where it's like feels manipulated in some way. I know it was probably China was awake during that time, so who knows what's really going on? Nobody knows what's going on. The value of Bitcoin is just literally just a number on my screen that gives me some sense of purpose. I guess I need to find value in myself, to keep working on my books, keep self-improving until the day that this body either is transmuted into like some kind of cyborg type body, which is possible. That's the reality I see myself in, is space travel and virtual reality, like esports with virtual reality, where I'm in this virtual reality on the Omni Virtuix playing virtual reality sports, and I'm doing really well. I would also like to fight in the MMA during 2017, but I can't even afford training at this time. I was thinking about going on that show alone on the Discovery Channel and like trying to survive to get that $500,000, but I'm working for a debt-based money. If it was like, 100,000 Bitcoin or 10,000 Bitcoin, it'd be even more exciting for me. But I actually need to get out into nature, I think, because when you go out into nature, when you disconnect from this virtual world right here, this virtual world, this virtual reality, and actually get out into nature, it puts things into perspective. And a Bitcoin doesn't mean shit when you're starving to death, right? I mean, something I like to buy, I know it's kind of weird. I'm a weird guy, as you can probably tell from my video. I like to stock up on like canned food like sardines, because if there is a collapse, fuck your gold. Sardines, this is what they use in prison, is like fish. I think it's like canned fish they use in prison as a currency, and I like sardines. If you mix it with the right stuff, by themselves it's awful, but if you put them in some kimchi, it's pretty tasty. So maybe in the future sardines will be currency. But yeah, I'm just sitting here chilling or finishing this bottle of organic wine. I don't even really feel too much. I'm a bit more loopy than I normally am. I just feel like I wish you guys were here with me so we can sit here and talk about Bitcoin and talk about the future and where technology is going to bring, but you're not. So this is all I have at the moment. Feel free to Skype with me. I would enjoy somebody to talk to right now. Life is good, but feeling a bit down right now, even though Bitcoin's on the rise, and it's still on the rise. It did have that drop, but that drop doesn't really bother me. I do want to see it hit the 7,000, 10,000. I want to see it break the imaginations of naysayers. I've dragged on this video too long, perhaps. Feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. I like you guys. You're awesome. Cheers.